Who dey? Yes, sir. Bengals beat the Browns today. This is an MMA channel though. It's not an NFL channel. So let's hop into it. UFC Paris. UFC Fight Night Paris. Imavov versus Borralho took place last night, and from the first fight of the night all the way up into the Marcin Tybura fight, I watched live. But after Marcin Tybura, I had to go to my cousin's birthday party. So I had to miss the rest of the fights on the card. But I did rewatch them when I got home. So let's get into it and let's talk about him, man. Let's talk about him. This was a really, really great night of fights. I don't know why I'm all the way up there. A really great night of fights this was. Finishes all up and down the card except a few. But let's get into it. Sam Hughes beat Shauna Bannon. Now, this was awful to watch because I picked Shauna Bannon. It was a retarded pick. But Sam Hughes, man, was just too strong. Shauna Bannon, I'm telling you. Shauna Bannon might not even be able to lift a 10-pound weight. She's not strong. She's got no physical strength to her. Sam Hughes, on the other hand, dude, she looked strong out there. She grappled her, took her down, submitted her. Not much to say. That's the story of the fight. It is what it is. Moving on. Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakrdinov. Now, I don't know who this guy is. Andreas Gustafsson. I have no idea who this is. No idea who this is. Because this is not the same guy that fought Chaos Williams. This is not the same guy that fought, on the regional scene. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. They just, found this guy off the street and said, hey, you want to come fight in the UFC? You want to come fight Renat Fakrdinov for this amount of money? And they're like, fuck it, I'll get in there, Because that was not Andreas Gustafsson in there. I don't know what happened. Maybe Andreas Gustafsson got sick or something, and he had to call off and be like, listen, I'm pulling out. And then the UFC was like, well, we got to have Renat fight, so we're going to go pick someone off the street. 54 seconds, Renat Fakrdinov, as the second he landed anything even somewhat semi-clean, Andreas welted against the fence and fell down like a pansy and just got TKO'd. So it's 54 seconds. There's not much to say. They found a random guy off the street and said, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money to fight Renat Fakrdinov at UFC Paris. So I'm very happy for that one guy, even though, he got a big payday just for doing nothing. He got paid a lot of money for doing 54 seconds and nothing. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Renat Fakrdinov. Which is actually kind of crazy because I don't think Renat is good. I think he's kind of dog shit. But his record would suggest that he's really good because he has an amazing record. But I thought he lost his last 3 fights prior to this, so I don't know. It's a bit confusing. But anyways, moving on to Brad Tavares versus Robert Bretsky. I saw narratives that round 1 was a 10-9. Round 1 was the clearest 10-8 for Robert Bryczek. The clearest 10-8, man. He dropped him twice or something? And then look at that, 1 knockdown. That's such a fucking lie. But he got 2 knockdowns in the first round and hurt him on other occasions. I don't care that Brad Tavares got a takedown at the end of the first round that he did jack shit with. That was a 10-8 round, and there's no other way. Let's see what the judges scored it. Oh, those aren't the judges' scores. Those are the stats. Anyway. Yeah, dude, it was a 10-8 first round. He looked like he was slowing down a bit in round 2. Honestly, he looked like he was slowing down a bit. And then round 3 came along, he just slept Brad Tavares. So, really impressive because I took Brad Tavares here. I took Brad Tavares. I have notes on my phone. So let's see. I didn't take. Oh yeah, I said beat the piss out of Brad Tavares, 10-8 in the first, and knocked him out in the third. Brad is old and should probably retire. He probably should. Brad Tavares is a legend of the game. He's old. He's been around for so long. He's fought the best of the best. And he's just losing now to absolute bum. Dude, Robert Bretsky is an absolute bum. He's an absolute bum. He lost to Ihor Potieria, which is not a good loss. So, yeah. And his record is absolute just piss, dude. So, yeah. But good win for Robert Bretsky, man. Moving on to Sam Patterson versus Trey Walters. Now, Now, this one, I love this prediction so much because what I said would happen is what happened, man. I said that Trey Waters relies way too much on the fact that he has reach and length advantage against all of his opponents. And Sam Patterson has the kind of fight style where he can adjust to shorter and taller opponents. Trey Waters does not. The way he fights and the way he strikes and throws these punches and stuff is solely based on the fact that he has the reach advantage. And that's why he fights the way he does, because people are not generally taller than him. And I said, as soon as him and Sam Patterson start throwing hands, he's going to realize that he doesn't have the reach advantage, and the way he fights just simply isn't going to work against Sam Patterson. And Sam Patterson goes out there and, like I said, his fight style, he can be adjusted to taller and shorter opponents. So he was just fine in there, whereas Trey Waters was trying to punch Sam Patterson as if Sam Patterson didn't have the advantage there, and he got caught with a clean shot. And dude, when Trey Waters got hit with that shot, dude, it looked like he was drunk. It looked like he had taken 15, 20 shots of whiskey, bro. He started walking away like I walk away after a night in the bar, you know, just stumbling. Oh, he got hit, and he's like, you know, I mean, I thought somebody was gonna go in there and give him a breathalyzer, man. And then he gets standing TKO'd, which I actually thought was a really, really, really good stoppage, because he was out on his feet. He was not going to recover from that. You know, it was a really good standing TKO stoppage. Good job by the ref there. But, dude, Sam Patterson, I want to say he's going to be a problem in this division, and he could be. I know he's one of the taller welterweights, but it's just like, man, he's scrawny, bro. Sam Patterson is really scrawny, and he's really thin. And when you get to the top of welterweight, they're tall as well. But like Shavkat has got bulk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these guys, you know, just have Joaquin Buckley, Usman, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, Vicente Luque. Like, they have bulk to them. You know, they're strong. Sam Patterson doesn't really look like that. He looks a bit scrawny, but I mean, I'm excited to see where he goes from here, to see if that ends up becoming a problem for him. But yeah, a really good one for Sam Patterson, and a really good prediction from me. I'm proud of this one. I'm really proud of this one. Moving on to Harry Hardwick versus Cowboy Fernandez. This was the funniest fight I have ever seen in my entire life. Cowboy Fernandez, as soon as he landed the very first calf kick, Harry Hardwick was already cooked, and he was already limping, and Cowboy Fernandez started taunting him, pointing at his calf, you know, pointing at him, having fun out there, man, absolutely having fun at the expense of Harry Hardwick. As soon as the first calf kick landed, man, he had already lost, but I will say, though, dude, Harry Hardwick, man, he is very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Relentless, I guess. It didn't matter how many hard shots he got hit with, how many calf kicks he got blasted into his calf. He was coming forward and trying to throw. He would literally hop forward, hop, and then throw overhand to try to reach Cowboy Fernandez. Fun stuff here by these guys. Harry Hardwick should absolutely get a second chance in the UFC in his weight class, because he was up a weight class here, which is big. Short notice, up a weight class is just, it's literally terrible circumstances. I don't know why you would ever do it, why your team would ever allow you to do it. Harry Hardwick is a retard, and so are everyone in his team. But very fun fight. This was very fun to watch. It was I was laughing so hard watching this shit. It was hilarious. Cowboy Fernandez is going to be a fucking problem in this division, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I believe Cowboy Fernandez was a professional soccer player, wasn't he? I just want to make sure. I believe he was a professional soccer player, man. He was, dude. He was a soccer player, dude. That is crazy. You know what? That's probably why his leg kicks are so devastating. And I don't know who's going to be able to take him, dude, because they were his biggest weapon against Guram Gutierrez as well. Absolute monster Cowboy Fernandez is, and I'm very excited to see where he goes. Harry Hardwick, though, I don't think Harry Hardwick is that good. Even prior to this, watching his fights, I just don't think he's that good. And there's a reason that he was champion outside of the UFC. I think he's going to be a UFC failure. But he's tough, dude. He is tough, despite the loss. So, we'll see. Moving on to Marcin Tybura versus... Oh, no. I watched Umar Sy versus Brenton Ribeiro. Actually. I watched William Gomez, too. It was... Okay, Axel Sola up. I didn't watch live. Okay, but moving on. Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delija. I picked Marcin Tybura just because I only watched one fight of Ante, and he wasn't that impressive to me, just that one fight alone. It was his most recent before this. And I was thinking, you know what, Marcin Tybura in your debut is a really tall task, because Marcin Tybura is one of the better heavyweights, I guess you could say. But I should have, look at Ante. I should have known when I seen him, and he's not fat. I should have known he was going to win, man. Whenever you see a heavyweight other than, God, what's that heavyweight's name? He's so shit, I can't even think of his name. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Austin Lane, dude. Other than Austin Lane, because he's so awful at fighting, other than Austin Lane, if you are not fat in the heavyweight division, you're probably a top 10 guy. You know, like, easy, you know? So I should have known. Dude, he went out there, bro, landed some absolute heaters on Marcin Tybura, dude. As soon as absolute heaters. It was 2 minutes long, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. As soon as he started landing a few shots, I was like, oh, it's over. It's over. He was much faster, much stronger, powerful, much cleaner on the feet. I mean, he was lighting Marcin Tybura up, dude. You know? Yeah, man. It was beautiful. Beautiful stuff to watch, man. Slept Marcin cold. Slept about fucking cold. Good win for Ante, man. I bet you he does well in this division. Really, really, really well. Moving on. Omar Sy versus Brenton Ribeiro. There's not much at all to say about this fight. Another first round finish. Omar Sy just went out there, took Brenton Ribeiro down, and was just relentless with the ground and pound. Omar Sy was just too good of a grappler. He was heavy on top, landing blow after blow after blow, and Brenton Ribeiro just, at one point, Brenton Ribeiro did have a Kimura on bottom that he used to get up, but before he used it to get up, I jumped up like, holy shit, this guy, hold on, his last win was a Kimura off the bottom that he used to get on top and finish the Kimura, so I'm thinking, hold on now, repeat, but nope, he used it to get back up, and then Omar Sy took him back down and pummeled him out to a ground and pound TKO, man. Brenton Ribeiro is not good, but he is dangerous, man. He'll always be dangerous because he hits hard and he swings wild, so he'll always be dangerous, but he's pretty easily beatable if you're anything competent, so. But I did want to bring up, Omar Sy did say in the post-fight interview, he said something about, my last fight wasn't me or some shit like that. No, it was you. It was you. You just can't wrestle Alonzo Menifield, dude. Alonzo Menifield is unwrestlable, ungrappleable, and he's been that his entire career. I think Alonzo Menifield will beat Omar Sy every time they fight because Alonzo Menifield can't be grappled. You can't take him down. You can't control him. He's too strong. He's too good defensively, and he'll likely beat Omar on the feet because Omar is decent on the feet, but he's sloppy. But, you know. But, yeah. Moving on. I'm trying to block these yawns, man. All right, moving on to the main card. William Gomez versus Robert Uchala. I picked William Gomez here to win. Dude, Tim Elliott literally just liked my tweet. Tim Elliott literally just liked my tweet. Tim Elliott. Come on, Kim. Dude, William Gomez, man. He's a GOAT. He's not. He's boring to watch a lot of the times, but he's so good at striking defensively. He's hard to get to. He's hard to land a shot on without taking a shot or two back in return. It's just what he does, you know? And he's mastered that style. When you fight someone like that really doesn't care too much about putting offensive damage on you, but putting defensive damage on you, and they get so good at it. It's really hard, to beat those kind of guys, man. But William Gomez won. Robert Ruchala, get better, man. Skill issue. I'm joking. Congratulations to William Gomez, right? Give William Gomez someone ranked, I say. Moving on. Axel Sola versus Reese McKee. Now let's be real here. Axel Sola was going to win anyway because Axel Sola was just better the entire fight. Axel Sola did win, but it was an early stoppage. This was absolutely an early stoppage. He dropped Reese McKee with, I believe, a body shot, right? As soon as Reese fell down to his knees, Axel Sola went down with him to follow up, and Reese started moving, and then the ref just stepped in. Herb Dean, what are you doing, man? You've been in this position before, dude. And I've seen Herb Dean bank on other refs for shit like this. Like, I've literally watched Herb Dean and heard Herb Dean literally bag on other refs for doing early stoppages. It's like, dude, you're a hypocrite, bro. Absolute hypocrite. But Axel Sola is better, and he was going to win anyway. Reese McKee's garbage. He's not UFC level. This should be his last UFC fight because we need to set a standard. We're letting guys like Reese McKee in the UFC, and it sets the standard of being in the UFC really, really fucking low. Same with someone on the next card, Cedric Dumas. Never should he have ever even reached a UFC fight. The fact that he's in the UFC is lowering the standard of the UFC, and the UFC is no longer the best of the best anymore because you have guys like this in the company. But I get it. Sometimes you need cans around to, propel others' careers. But, I don't know, man. Healthy balance. Good win for Axel Sola. Moving on to Balaji Oki versus Mason Jones. Now, I took Mason Jones here. I think I said decision. He got a ground and pound TKO, man. Congratulations, Mason Jones. I said Mason Jones would win, and I was getting kind of clowned on Twitter because, people, and this is how I know people didn't know what they're talking about. People were saying, how are you picking Mason Jones? Didn't you see he had a war with Jeremy Stephens in 2025? Balaji Oki would not smoke Jeremy Stephens, dude. Going to war with Jeremy Stephens is not a bad thing. He's literally Jeremy Stephens. He's a war machine, and he's built for war. He's not the best fighter, but he's built for war. You don't typically ever just smoke Jeremy Stephens. There's a very select handful of guys that have ever smoked Jeremy Stephens. I can only think of two: Mateus Gamrot and Calvin Kattar. Who else has smoked him? You know what I'm saying? Jose Aldo. But it's just like, bro, it's just ridiculous, bro. The amount of people that were picking Balaji Oki because Mason Jones didn't smoke Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy Stephens would go to war with Balaji Oki. You know what I'm saying? He might even beat Balaji Oki. So it's like, this is just ridiculous. Mason Jones, the new Welsh gangster. Wait, who is the Welsh gangster, though? Whose nickname is that? The Welsh gangster. I know it's not Jack Shore. Who's the other Welsh fighter? Am I retarded? Am I not a fan of the sport? Huh. Oban Elliott. That's who it is. That's the Welsh gangster. Okay, I was going to sit here and try to figure it out. Mason Jones is really good, man. He's really good, and I expect good things from him. They both got a knockdown, though, I will say, though. Dude, when Borralho, literally almost slept him, though, immediately, though. I will actually say that. If Mason Jones is one tough-ass dude. He's so gritty, and he's so tough. If he wasn't so tough, he actually would have gotten slept there. Because Borralho really did drop him badly. Badly, man. It almost finished him. And then Mason Jones dropped him right back, and then got on top and just ground and pounded him, dude. It was a really good fight. It's a really good fight. Congratulations to Mason Jones, man. Moving on to Modestas Bukauskas versus Borralho. Oh, no. Oh, man. Dude, I've wanted to see Paul Craig win for so long, dude. Who's his last win? Is his last win? No, his last win can't be Nikita Krylov. It can't be. That was so long ago, dude. It can't be Nikita Krylov. Is it Nikita Krylov? Let me fact check this, dude. That is ridiculous if it is. Lost to Modestas. Lost to Modi. Lost to Bo Nickel. Lost to Kyle Borralho. Lost to Brendan Allen. No. It's Andre Muniz. Okay. It's Andre Muniz. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. He retired, man. Paul Craig retired, man. Oh, it's so sad because I really like Paul Craig. Paul Craig is literally one of the coolest fighters, man. Always fun to watch, man. He fucking retired. How old is Paul Craig? Is it a decent move at least? How old is he, man? 37. Okay. All right. Anyways, how the fight went. Modestas was getting the better on the feet the entire fight. On the ground, too. Paul Craig, man, just seriously has never once, like, gotten better. Like, his UFC debut, that is how good he is. And that has the skill level. He's never went above it, you know? And it's just sad to see he's made zero improvements in his striking throughout his entire career. He's got no wrestling. It's jiu-jitsu only, man. Dude, I bet you Paul Craig, I bet you 1,000,000% he can go compete in UFC BJJ and have so much success. He should just go do that. Become a full-time UFC BJJ guy. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous that he's not doing that. You can't fight, Paul Craig. You never was able to fight. You're a jiu-jitsu guy, you know? Be a jiu-jitsu guy, man. It's ridiculous. Anyways, our boy Modi did it. Modestas Bukauskas, dude, 10 seconds left. He started posturing up. And he started elbow after elbow, dude. They were nasty elbows, man. And that final elbow, he just cranked that down, man. And Paul Craig went out after the bell. Man, it's so sad, man. Because I like Paul Craig. Paul Craig's an absolute stud, man. He's so cool, man. But, yeah. Going from Modestas Bukauskas, man. Modestas is really good, man. He's really good. And he's had some losses that look terrible. But I think he would win them again. Like, I truly do think that Modestas Bukauskas would dominate Jimmy Crute in a rematch. I know Jimmy Crute KO'd him in the first round, but I think Modestas would fucking run through Jimmy Crute in 2025. You know what I'm saying? And there's like another loss or two that I saw, and I'm not remembering at the moment. I think he would actually win in a rematch. So Modestas is really starting to hit the peak of his career. I think he's looked really, really good recently, man. So good for him, man. Moving on to the co-main event of Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Harvey. I don't want to talk about this fight because it pisses me off. I thought we had a really, really cool lightweight contender that, you know, was going to win and then potentially challenge Ilia Topuria. We were going to have a fucking fight of the century, and thought we were going to have a really good moment here, but, you know, Benoit Saint-Denis, Mauricio Harvey has to fucking suck, and he doesn't know how to grapple, and fucking Benoit Saint-Denis, who fucking sucks. Benoit Saint-Denis, who fucking sucks, just has to go out there and just fucking smoke fucking Mauricio Huffy and kill all hype in the fucking division. And I'm joking, but that shit fucking pisses me off, dude, because Mauricio Huffy is one of the coolest fighters and one of the coolest strikers the UFC has today. Top 3 easily of coolest. I'm not saying top 3 best strikers. I'm saying top 3 coolest strikers. And Benoit Saint-Denis fucking sucks, dude. Dude, Benoit Saint-Denis sucks, man. Goes out there, gets absolutely smoked by Zaleski dos Santos. Okay, he beats fucking Bonfim, who isn't good. He goes out there and he beats I can't even remember these guys' names. Thiago, I was gonna say Thiago Santos. It is like Thiago though, yeah, Thiago something. What's his fucking name? Dude, okay. Dude, Benoit Saint-Denis has his debut. Gets absolutely smoked by Zaleski dos Santos. Then he beats Nicholas Stoltz. Congratulations. And then he beats Gabriel Miranda. Congratulations, dude. And then he goes out there and he fucking smokes Thiago Moises. Who doesn't beat Thiago Moises? You know what I'm saying? And then he beats, then he goes out there. Wait, where was his fight against, oh yeah. He beats Ismail Bonfim. Ismail really doesn't, he doesn't do anything. And then he KOs the GOAT, Matt Frivola. So to be fair, that's a really good win. And then he gets absolutely smoked by Dustin Poirier. Smoked by Moicano. Benoit Saint-Denis, I don't see, and then he goes out there and beats Kyle Prepolek. Oh yeah, congratulations. But it's like, bro, Benoit Saint-Denis, I don't see him being anything in the sport. Let me relax. How old is he? He's 29. All right, I'll cut Benoit a little bit of slack. As of right now, I do not think Benoit Saint-Denis is that good, and I'm raging right now. I'm crashing out. That's why I'm having this reaction. I don't see Benoit having a very bright future. I saw Huffy having a really bright future, massively bright future, and this is gonna hurt that future, man. It's so annoying, man, when you get these cool guys, that come in and they could, be something and all that, man. Whatever. Benoit Saint-Denis goes out there. Huffy was doing decent at the beginning. He was getting taken down, but he was reversing. He was getting up, and he was defending takedowns. And he was looking really good, landing the better shots on the feet. It was starting to look like he was, starting to light up. But round 2 comes along, he takes Huffy down, starts ground and pound him, and then just snatches up that choke. It wasn't a rear naked choke where he was like under the chin. He was like across the jaw. He was just kind of like face cranking. But there's still pressure there, and he just fucking taps out, and man, that's gonna hurt his future. But I'm hoping Huffy can come back from this and look really good in the upcoming future, and he'll come back from this and get better defensive grappling, man. I'm gonna stop hating. Good win for Benoit Saint-Denis. He was really impressive. I thought he was gonna lose and get highlight reel knocked out. I thought he was gonna be on a highlight reel. I thought it was going to be dominant, easy, quick for Huffy. So, all I can really say is, congratulations to Benoit Saint-Denis. I am shocked, and, it's always good for you when you shock fans. So, a lot of fans were shocked. So, yeah, Benoit Saint-Denis. I will probably most likely pick against him in his next fight, though, just because I don't think he's that good. Anyways, moving on to the main event of the evening. Nasruddin Imavov versus Caio Borralho. This was a really good fight, man. It was pretty back and forth. This wasn't one-sided. They were both landing shots. They were both, looking good. It was just a very technical, very high skill 5-round fight, man. It's all all it really was. I can't remember too many specifics right now at this moment. Because when I watched this fight, I was so tired last night, dude. So I was in my bed watching like this. Tired as hell. But Nasruddin Imavov did win. pretty clear, and I did pick him to win. And I got another underdog of the week correct. I went with Nasruddin Imavov as underdog of the week, so y'all guys can stop clowning me on Twitter for always having wrong underdog picks. Yeah. I think Nasruddin Imavov should fight Khamzat Chimaev now. This was the #1 contender fight. What I think should happen is Imavov now fights Khamzat Chimaev, and Kyle Borralho should fight the winner of Fluffy and RDR. Or no, I'm tripping. No. That's stupid. She should fight the loser of it, and then the winner of that can fight for the title next after Imavov. So, but yeah, man, I knew Nasruddin Imavov was gonna win. He's just he has looked better and done better in the UFC. So yeah, man, really good win for Nasruddin Imavov. This is just what he needed, honestly. I wanted Kyle Borralho to win though because I am a big fan of the Fighting Nerds, and I want them to succeed. And it's crazy that both of the Fighting Nerds on the card lost, and it's just it's annoying, man. It's really annoying. I'm trying to find this tweet because I want to. I don't think I will be able to find it. Anyways, someone posted a tweet of the 4 Fighting Nerds and the 3 losing, and then Gene Silva saying 3 down, 1 to go. Spoiler alert: I'm going to be going with Gene Silva next week. I'll explain why in my video later this week. But as I said in past videos, I'm still moving, so I probably will not get the adequate amount of fight research, so my picks may be a little off. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. Nasruddin Imavov with a stellar performance against Kyle Borralho. It was really good, man. It was really good. Oh, yeah, let me show you guys my parlay that fucking failed. Bullshit, man. Alright, where's it? Right here. Guys, look at this. I picked Andreas Gustafsson more than 62.5 significant strikes. Absolute fumble. Modestas Bukauskas to win by KO. That happened. Mauricio Huffy to win by KO, and Sam Patterson to win by submission. So, only one of those hit. Sucks. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah. So that's going to do it for this video. I went, what was it? I went 8 and 5? Yeah, I went 8 and 5 on this card. UFC No Chin next week. I'll do better on that card. But I appreciate you guys for just sticking around, watching this video. I'm about to head out. Let's go, Gene Silva.